Investors continue to watch the Asia-Pacific region closely for any signs of further financial market volatility amid evidence of deteriorating economic conditions. The week ahead is chock full of updates, including India's CPI, Australian consumer confidence, and Chinese GDP. Market participants on Monday will receive a report on China's foreign direct investment, as well as Indian wholesale and consumer prices. India's inflation rate in November sank to its lowest level since June 2017, led by a further fall in food prices. Analysts for India's central bank recently noted that inflation will rise if higher oil prices are passed on to consumers. The RBI analysts said they expect, under the most conservative case, that headline inflation would rise by nearly 50 basis points should the cost of crude go to $65 a barrel. Meanwhile, the crude price shock will continue to be a cause of concern on both domestic and external fronts. Elsewhere, Tuesday will bring India's trade balance for December, Japanese machinery orders, and China's house price index. Then by midweek, Australia's Housing Industry Association will release new home sales data, and Westpac will unveil its Consumer Confidence Survey for January. Westpac observed that the consumer mood in Australia continues to hold its cautiously optimistic levels, with December having marked a full year in which optimists have outnumbered pessimists. Westpac Chief Economist Bill Evans noted that several significant positive factors support consumers, including low interest rates and receding fears about rising rates. Labor market also remains a source of comfort after the unemployment rate reported a 6.5-year low. Evans added that a sharp drop in petrol prices also likely provided some additional support, with the average pump price down around 20% since the November survey. Moving to the latter part of the week, investors Thursday will get an interest rate decision from Indonesia's central bank, as well as industrial production and consumer prices from Japan. Although Japan's CPI grew at a slower pace in November, the Bank of Japan is committed to maintaining its accommodative monetary policy stance and spurring the country's inflation rate toward 2%. BOJ said at its latest meeting that the country's economy is likely to continue its moderate expansion, with domestic demand likely to follow an uptrend. On Sunday, China is scheduled to deliver updates on industrial production, retail sales, and GDP for the fourth quarter. China's GDP slowed in the 3 months to September to the slowest rate in almost a decade. In its profit warning released earlier in January, Apple CEO Tim Cook said that while the company anticipated some challenges, it did not foresee the magnitude of the economic deceleration in Greater China, this amid rising trade tensions with the U.S. In fact, the majority of Apple's revenue shortfall to its guidance and over 100% of its year-on-year international revenue decline occurred in Greater China across its iPhone, Mac, and iPad products. Also on the corporate front, Toho Company will release its fiscal third quarter of 2019 earnings on Tuesday after recently reaching a new 52-week high. Company stock is up about 34% over the past year. In the meantime, select the event calendar option in the IBKR Trader Workstation for a full list of U.S. and global corporate events and earnings, dividend schedules, economic data, IPOs, and more. I'm Steven Levine for Interactive Brokers, asking you to enjoy the week ahead.